Hey, Alan here, and welcome to my third great adventure. I've been on the road for a couple days now. I left on the 29th of April from Steamboat Springs, and a lot of the narrative that's in my post, and if you're finding this on YouTube, just click the link above and you can get directly to the post and you'll find the narrative. A lot of the narrative details some of the experiences I've had, so I just want to give you a brief overview here and not make this a real long video. I'll say this. I left on the 29th of April from Steamboat Springs, and heading to Walden was an experience crossing Rabbit Ears Pass. The weather, we're on the backside of this giant storm. If you're watching this right about May 1st when I'm making this, you know there's a giant storm that's been affecting most of the United States. You've heard about tornadoes in the Midwest and in the Deep South. You've heard about flooding in Florida, flooding along the East Coast. Well, on the backside of that storm, we've had a strong influx of polar air on northerly winds. And what that's done is there's even a satellite image I think that I'm going to be able to include in the post. What that has done is that dragged in very cold air and snow through Wyoming and through Colorado, and you're going to read in my post about some of the experiences I had, because actually some of the first real winter driving when I'm pulling the trailer, the fifth wheel that I'm standing inside of here, and this is a 16,000 pound fifth wheel, was on snow-packed and icy roads 2 days in a row, one crossing Rabbit Ears Pass and one getting from Walden to Saratoga. And there are a few really interesting tidbits that I've included in the story there. So I'm on my way to across Wyoming. I'm going to stop off in Riverton and get some work done on the RV, and then I'm working my way into Idaho, and that's where I'm going to spend my summer in Idaho, where I just discovered today that the part of Idaho I'm going to be in is Pacific time. Yippee. So now I'm going to be 3 hours off of Atlantic East Coast time. What can I tell you? Anyway, this is exciting stuff. It's exciting to be creating web content. It's exciting to be interacting with you folks, whether it's on my Google Plus channel, and I've got a link for that on the post, or whether it's through a Facebook group that I've created. I've got an RV lifestyle and how to earn a living on the road group in Facebook, or wherever you're contacting me, whether you're opting in, if you're on my post on rvacrossamerica.net, in the upper right corner, you can actually join my mailing list. No, I won't blast you with information that's worthless. I'll send you emails on occasion that have value to you. And part of the value that I want to bring to you is at the end of my post, I want you to take a look at a link down there. It talks about promptings. It talks about sending a gift. I want you to see what that's about, because we're living in a very pivotal time. I've started 2 projects on my own in the last couple of months, last couple of days actually. 2 projects. One is I'm reviewing an astronomy course so that I can be up to speed when I get to the state park. I'm going to be doing star parties. So I want to be able to demonstrate that I have some knowledge of astronomy, which I do, but I'm kind of briefing myself and brushing up on it. But I also want to really hammer hard, and some of this is going to come across on alansills.com, but we're in a very pivotal time. The way the world looks today is very different from the way it looked 5 or 10 years ago, and I think the changes over the next 5 or 10 years are going to be just as significant. And this is not particularly a matter of who's in the White House and who's running a country. It's just the way things are going. There is an ongoing technology revolution. It's going to change how we work. It's going to change how we function. It's going to change how we earn income. And that's what I want to talk with you about as we get into a series of videos that I put together that I think are appropriate for RVers, but appropriate for other folks too, who are looking at this and saying, wait a minute, is it really true that 40% of all jobs today are going to be gone in 5 years? Well, there are some studies that say that. And then what does that mean for the people who find themselves not in a position? So if you haven't already, go over and take a look at my post. I'm in Saratoga. You'll see some phenomenal photographs. I'm right next to the lake. I take you outside, but if you hear that train sound, that's the wind. Wyoming is a windy place. And thank God today is getting up into the mid-50s, because it's melting a lot of the snow and ice off the trailer. Not all of it yet, but a lot of it, because you'll see as you read in the post, there was quite a bit of snow and ice that I went through. Probably had I known the roads were going to be in that condition, I wouldn't have done it. I would have waited a day or two, but I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm sharing this with you, and I want to encourage you again, get over to that post, take a look at it, and hey, give me some feedback. I'd love for you to reply at the bottom of the post, fill in some comments, give me some feedback, let me hear your thoughts, and let's generate a dialogue. All right, Alan Sills, RVacrossamerica.net and alansills.com. Thanks much, and we'll talk with you soon.